much yet. We went on some holidays up north. We spent more than 60 days north of British Columbia. And it was a return journey. 37 years ago, we took up the life of the Klondike explorers and hiked the Chilkoot Trail and canoed down the Teslin and Yukon rivers heading for Dawson City as they would have. And but a different kind of adventure this time, much more city, shall we say. But we spent a lot more time there, and that was quite something. So I'm happy to read a poem that I wish I had written. And I will pass around some pictures of Robert Service's little cabin where he used to live in Dawson City.
Oh, Mary's seen that too, apparently. He was up there.
You've been up there?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Long time.
And here's his writing desk, at which he did no writing. I don't know why they leave it there in the cabin, because it said that he would wander all night, putting a poem together in his head until he had it perfectly, and then he'd come home and sit down at the desk and write it down. But this was not where he actually constructed them. And there's a couple of pictures of the Yukon that you'll see that get referred to a lot. It's a lot different than around here. So back in the day, I wanted the gold and I sought it. I scrabbled and mucked like a slave. Was it famine or scurvy? I fought it. I hurled my youth into a grave. I wanted the gold and I got it. Came out with a fortune last fall. Yet somehow life's not what I thought it. And somehow the gold isn't all. No, there's the land. Have you seen it? It's the cussedest land that I know, from the big dizzy mountains that screen it to the deep death-like valleys below. Some say God was tired when he made it. Some say it's a fine land to shun. Maybe, but there's some as would trade it for no land on earth, and I'm one. You come to get rich, damn good reason. You feel like an exile at first. You hate it like hell for a season, and then you are worse than the worst. It grips you like some kinds of sinning. It twists you from foe to a friend. It seems it's been nice since the beginning. It seems it will be so to the end. I've stood in some mighty mouthed hollow that's plumb full of hush to the brim. I've watched the big husky sun wallow in crimson and glow and gold, and then grow dim. Till the moon set, the pearly peaks gleaming, the stars tumbled out, neck and crop, and I thought that I surely was dreaming, with the piece of the world piled on top. The summer, no sweeter was ever, the sunshiny woods all athrill, the grayling a leap in the river, the big-horned sheep on the hill. The strong life that never knows harness, the wilds where the caribou call, the freshness, the freedom, the farness. Oh God, how I'm stuck on it all. The winter, the brightness that blinds you, the white land locked tight as a drum, the cold fear that follows and finds you, the silence that bludgeons you dumb. The snows that are older than history, the woods where the weird shadows slant, the stillness, the moonlight, the mystery. I bade him goodbye. I can't. There's a land where the mountains are nameless and the rivers all run God knows where. There are lives that are erring and aimless and deaths that just hang by a hair. There are hardships that nobody reckons. There are valleys unpeopled and still. There's a land, oh, it beckons and beckons, and I want to go back, and I will. They're making my money diminish. I'm sick of the taste of champagne. Thank God when I'm skinned to a finish, I'll pike to the Yukon again. I'll fight, and you bet it's no sham fight. It's hell. I've been there before, and it's better than this by a damn sight. So me for the Yukon once more. There's gold, and it's haunting and haunting. It's luring me on as of old. Yet there isn't the gold, it isn't the gold that I'm wanting, so much as just finding the gold. It's the great big broad land way up yonder. It's the forest where the silence has lease. It's the beauty that thrills me with wonder. It's the stillness filled